Xolali, we would love to have your perspective on a quote that, one of my favorite quotes from Steve Jobs, that says that we can iChat as much as we want, exchange emails and communicate over Zoom, which is all great, but the real partnerships, the real contracts, and the real collaborations are done and sealed in person. What do you think?
Yes, Steve Jobs is totally right. But now, due to this unprecedented situation that we live in today, we, as high-level investors, need to adapt to these new market conditions. That's why you may have noticed that more and more deals are made on distance online, for example, via video conferences. And at Cash Angel, we have the ability to adapt to these new market conditions. So that's why we are offering some alternative investments for people and families. And we really believe that with this adaptation to these new market conditions, that we can win the game of investments if we stay consistent.
And what is Cash Angel? Tell us more about Cash Angel.
Cash Angel is a company that provides alternative and secure investments to individuals or companies in order to secure the assets and to have a new type of asset class for the investments. Most of the investment that we know real estates, but at Cash Angel we are focusing on niche markets, for example, as digital assets.
And how do you bring added value to, say, high net worth investors and family offices?
Yes, right now we are proposing an exceptional solution to them because this is a particular situation and we need to help them to strive during this period by intensifying the relationship with their clients. And that's why, for example, myself, I started to invest in Bitcoin, this crypto, in 2011. So it was at an early stage when nobody in the world was looking at it. And because of that, when I founded my company, I was able to reach as many people as I could in France, which is my main market right now. And people started to trust us more and more and more. And we build a great relationship with people. So for families, we will have special programs, special investment that will help them have added value that no one has heard before.
What specific advice do you give these families and investors on how they should take care of their money? What is the next step?
Today, they definitely need to look beyond what they've been doing before, because we are noticing that the market is really changing. Right now, if you keep on thinking like you need to do one-on-one interview, it will be a bit complicated because, for example, for us, in the last 3 months, I closed the best deal of my whole career. In 3 months, more than all 2019 combined. Because people started to understand that they still need to make business, they still need to create relationship and bonds with a company. And if you don't have the ability to see the person in face-to-face, you will find another way. So for me, because families, they like to meet in person most of the time, they need to understand that because conditions are changing, we need to do it another way. And we're definitely here to help them create this link and this relationship in order to be able to find opportunities.
And what makes Cash Angel so unique in comparison to maybe any other similar kind of competitor out in the market?
The thing that the people say the most about us is commitment, because we are committed to our clients. We take care of them as if it was our own families. So that's why we have been able to build trust at this level, because when we started, it was 4 years ago, we were doing a bit like 70,000 per year, and right now, today in 2020, people are trusting us, and we are managing 23.3 million of assets. So the trust has been really, really quick because also of my history and my background, because I've been studying this topic for over a decade now, because I was sharing the results, I was teaching people, so the trust has been built this way.
And as an expert in your field, what do you think the predictions are for the next 12 months?
That's a really good question. I think there are two options. One more probable, which will be that people started to find a cure, vaccine, and the cases started to get lower and lower time after time. And the central banks work together in order to keep on stimulating the economy, keep on stimulating the companies. And for me, that's the most probable option. But there's a drawback to that, is the fact that if they are flooding money into the system, we may have a problem which will be the inflation. Because the value of the currency will get lower, and people may start to lose faith of the currency. So we may face inflation and maybe worse, hyperinflation, like we've seen in Venezuela, for example. And the second option, which is for me less probable, is that no cure is found, more cases than even the last 2 months. Central banks don't do anything. They leave the people like that, the companies, unemployment, and things like that. And it will be the worst case scenario because we could end up in what we call a deflationary collapse. So the money into the system will contract. There will be like in the crisis of 1929. I don't think it will happen, but it's a possibility.
If you were to describe to our audience Cash Angel in 8 words maximum.
In 8 words?
Yes, sir.
We are a company focusing on wealth on purpose.